Sairam to you all, dear children. Today I will be continuing with the same chapter titled Separation of Substances from Mixtures, Class 6, Subject Science, Chapter number 5, Part 7. Right? So today I will be explaining to you about miscible liquids. So we will be understanding what are miscible liquids. If the liquids get mixed with each other, then they are miscible liquids. If the liquids get mixed with each other, then they are miscible liquids. See, for example, glucose D, normally it is prescribed by doctors and it is a general tonic, right? When we mix that glucose D with water, it results in glucose syrup, which is given for the purpose of gaining energy. So glucose D powder, glucose D and water, they are miscible. Glucose D and water are miscible, right? So if the liquids get mixed with each other, then they are miscible liquids. Different liquids have different boiling points. Different liquids have different boiling points. A mixture of two or more miscible liquids with different boiling points can be separated by a method called fractional distillation. So, a mixture of two or more miscible liquids. A mixture of two or more miscible liquids with different boiling points. A mixture of two or more miscible liquids with different boiling points can be separated by a method called fractional distillation. Now, the best example of miscible liquids could be decoction and milk to prepare coffee, right? Decoction is a liquid and milk is also a liquid. When we mix decoction with milk, it results in coffee. So both, decoction and coffee decoction and milk are miscible. So they are miscible liquids as they mix well. So if the liquids get mixed with each other, then they are miscible liquids. So decoction and milk, they mix well with each other and so they are miscible liquids. This is one of the examples of miscible liquids. This is the best example. Then different liquids have different boiling points. It's not that all the liquids have the same boiling points. The boiling point differs, right? The boiling point, all the liquids will not have the same boiling point, right? A mixture of two or more miscible liquids with different boiling points can be separated by a method called fractional distillation. Okay, now this is the summary of the whole lesson. Point number 1, if the liquids get mixed with each other, then they are miscible liquids. Point number 2, different liquids have different boiling points. A mixture of two or more miscible liquids with different boiling points can be separated by a method called fractional distillation. So they can be separated by a method called fractional distillation. Fourth point, in this chapter we have already learned some simple methods of separating substances from mixtures. Fifth point, the process of separating The process of separation finds many uses in daily life. The process of separation finds many uses in daily life. Okay. Right. So, say for example, we take say sieving process. It is also a separation of substances from mixture. So in sieving, see when we get some, whether either wheat or rice, what we do, all the unwanted impurities we remove, right, using the method of sieving, by using what, sieves, and we will be left with clean rice and clean wheat, which becomes usable for preparing rice and chapatis. So the process of separation finds many uses in daily life. It's not just one use, there are many uses, right? And then separating food grains from the stalks, filtering tea, separating impurities which are in food, which I explained to you. Separating metals from the ores, separating metals from their ores, then purification of water, etc. Then includes separation of substances, right? Purification of water includes some separation of some unwanted impurities, etc. Unwanted substances. Now questions relating to the video. First question is, what are miscible liquids? What are miscible liquids? Second question, what is fractional distillation? What is fractional distillation? Then third question, name the different methods of separation of substances from mixture. Name the different methods of separation of substances from mixture. Then fourth, how the separation of mixtures helpful in daily life. How the separation of mixtures helpful in daily life. Now in the second question, what is fractional distillation? There is a question, right? Here you just need to tell when this fractional distillation is used, in which case the fractional distillation is used, that's all. So because fractional distillation has not been explained to you in detail, so for this particular question, what is fractional distillation, you can just say why fractional distillation is required, for what purpose, which I have explained to you, right? So all liquids will not have the same boiling points, isn't it? So different liquids have different boiling points. So a mixture of liquids with different boiling points are miscible, and they are separated by using fractional distillation method. That's all. That's what you will have to say, answer. So you need not have to bother about explaining the fractional distillation. So what is fractional distillation? If you are for this, you need to just tell that. That's all. Answer that. What I have explained to you in the way I have explained to you, right? Okay. So I want every one of you to answer all these questions. Read the whole lesson, and with this, the lesson titled Separation of Substances from Mixture is completed. Now you have to read this chapter thoroughly well and revise as many times as possible, so that you can write the question, answer the questions on this topic easily when asked in the examination. So saying, I conclude. Sai Ram.